Okay, so we're getting ready to do an ostomy change. We just finished bathing our daughter and got all the supplies ready to go. We always get everything ready before we get started, so we don't waste any time with prepping any of the materials. So what we've got here is we use a Hollister bag. This is the code 18292, 1 3/4 inch. It's got the snap-on. This is a 2-piece set, so this is the bag. Snaps onto the wafer.
Wafers.
The wafer is code 14602. First thing we did was cut out a hole for the ostomy, and usually we go around the inner ring on this side. That's going to depend on your kid and the size of their ostomy. You have to figure that out, but the hole should be tight so that it's a little bit of a squeeze, but it shouldn't be too tight so that it's cutting off circulation or anything like that. You just want to have a nice fit. Tight is probably not the right word. It just needs to be a nice fit so there's no space on the sides. And the next thing we do is we take an Ekin ring, and we only use about half of the Ekin ring. So this is Ekin. It's a wax, like a wax ring. Code is 839002. We cut this circumference-wise in half and just take about half of that circle, and then we smash it down against the hole of the wafer. I've got the plastic cover still on top of this, so after I put the wax ring, I put the plastic back on top, just kind of keep it from drying out while we're waiting. And then you kind of want it to bubble out on the top, kind of like a volcano. That helps build the layer of protection for the ostomy so that it doesn't get cut by the hard plastic. And next we've got our paste, ostomy paste that we will use. We'll show you how to do that. And then we've got these little things here. These are just little sticky things we use as a protection, which we'll show you where that goes as well. We cut this out of a larger piece that we have over here.
Yeah, we don't have a piece.
Yeah, okay, we don't have the thing to show you, unfortunately. But, sorry, I think this is
right here.
Okay.
So they're called Brabus tips. This from Coloplast. We get this from Coloplast. It doesn't have a code or anything, but these are meant to be used to put it around the wafer like that. But we don't use it. I mean, you can, to extra secure it. What we just do, we just cut part of it angle-wise, and we do these semicircles.
We're actually going to use this to put directly around the side of her ostomy. And this is used we use this actually to protect her skin from breakdown, because she was having a problem at one point where it was breaking down right around the side of her ostomy because of the
and it was
output.
causing leakage, and the ostomy was coming off many times. So anyway, we use these to protect, and also if you don't have these, you can use Duoderm or anything like that. So all right, we're gonna get
the other things we have ready to go is the stoma powder. We've got Cavalon no sting barrier film, and we've got some universal remover wipes. We've also got some water. This is not sterile water. It's in a sterile water container, but it's not sterile. And we've got a large Q-tip. So we'll show you how these are all used as we go along. So right now, my wife's using the remover wipes to get off all the adhesive from the old ostomy, which she just removed.
And you see how good her skin looks. I mean, having those Brabus strips around protects her skin.
We also put paper towels underneath her because she often spews out some of her output while we're doing this. So we want to make sure we have something there to clean up the mess. And it's good to have some paper towels on hand in the event she starts spewing during this change as well. So I'm going to grab some of our handy dandy paper towels. If you can, have somebody help you out while you're doing this side is best. One person to do all the procedural work and one person to do the cleanup work. Right now we're using the Cavalon skin barrier, and this is just to protect the skin. It provides a little bit of a layer of protection, and it also gives it a little something for the stoma powder to stick to. So that's the stoma powder that's being applied directly around the side of the stoma. We use that Cavalon wipe to kind of brush up the stoma powder, and that helps to kind of solidify it around the ostomy, and it also kind of makes it stick together so it's not so much
So here's
powdery.
the semicircle, and this is where she has the most problems, in this area, so we stick it right there. And the other semicircle, we put it down here. This is both areas where she tends to break her skin.
Yeah, it just adds another layer of protection from the acidy stuff that comes out of the ostomy. Then we're going to put some of this paste
On top of it.
right on top of those plastic pieces that we cut out. Next we're going to take this Q-tip, dip it in the water, and smooth out the paste. We want it to be a little bit flat. And I find it helps to re-moisten the Q-tip every once in a while. Otherwise the paste will start sticking to it, and then it just gets spread all over the place. So it's a little bit of an art trying to spread out the paste without it making a big mess and dragging it all over everything. Then once you've got it smoothed down, if you can, if the site is calm, as it is right now, she's not spewing out any ostomy output, it's best if you can let it kind of dry for a few moments. Sometimes she's got a very high output and we just have to do this kind of emergency style and throw everything on there as quickly as we can so that it doesn't make a big mess. But preferably we try to let it air out a little bit, dry up. Whenever it's done, we'll grab this wafer that's already been prepared. It's got the Econ ring inside of it. You need to peel the plastic off the back and little paper things off the side. We also put a little tiny cut here at the bottom to just allow for some flexibility. If your kid is very mobile and moves around, peel the paper off.
Oh, I'll do that later.
Okay. My wife likes to peel the paper after. I like to do it before. So then you just stick the wafer directly on there, press in so that the side of the stoma is comes out. You don't want it to be underneath the wafer, so you want to make sure that everything comes out. You want the hole where the output is coming out definitely to be above the wafer for sure.
Use the same Q-tip to push down this area right here.
Now, like I said, we prepped everything beforehand, so her ostomy bag, we've already sealed it up at the bottom. And now you just snap it on to the wafer. Make sure you go all the way around and that it's snapped in place all the way around so it doesn't leak anywhere. And then if you have it, you can apply a heat pack to the sticky part of the adhesive part of the wafer. That helps it stick a little better. We are pretty short on hot packs, so a lot of times what we do is use a hair dryer and just blow around it to heat it up.
I also like to put Hypafix around this area right here because usually our bags, they last 3 to 4 days. So just an extra because she's pretty mobile. And here I'm looking for the scissors. So I just cut strips of Hypafix just to give it an extra support.
Her ostomy tends to peel up on this side, so we usually reinforce it here and then along the top. The other sides usually tend to do pretty well and they don't come up as often. So here's our hair dryer. We usually just blow the hair dryer over it for, I don't know, about 30 seconds to a minute maybe. So we usually do this after we bathe her, and that's the best time because after she gets a bath, the ostomy is not usually sticking on there very well anyway, so it's best to peel everything off and start fresh, and then she's nice and clean, so it can stick for a good while. These usually last about 3 to 4 days.
Another thing we wanted to share with you is I recently discovered this Etsy shop. It's right here. It's called Ostomy Accessories. Etsy.com shop, Ostomy Accessories. If you go to that site, you can get these belts. These are great. I mean, again, my daughter is 2.5 years old and she's all over the place. And belts, the belts that come with a holster, they're kind of rough and to her skin, and I didn't really like it. But this is made with like swimsuit material, very stretchy, microfiber. And anyway, this guy handmade these type of things, and you can wash it, you know. Anyway, it holds everything in place. So I want to show you how it works. So basically it has a hole right here, okay, and then there's another opening right there. So this is how I put it on. I basically, through the hole, I'm gonna put the bag on. So I highly recommend this place. You send him the measurement, the waist measurement and everything, and he'll do that. He does this for kids and adults too, and very good quality material. I'm very happy about it. This also helps to keep, so see this, I flatten out the ostomy like that, and then I close it, okay. And hold on a second. So, and these are Velcro. I think you have an option to do snaps too, but I like Velcro better. And there it is. So, and I like it that it also covers the G-tube area. So, and she can move and go everywhere, and this stays. The back is not hanging out down and making it come off. You know, this holds everything in place, and it's not very tight. I mean, you can tie it as, you know, as you want, but like I said, the fabric is very comfortable for her skin.
And then if you need to empty the ostomy bag,
oh yeah, you open it right here, you get it out, and there you go. Another trick that another thing that I wanted to share with you is that we usually use these small sterile cups, okay, to empty her ostomy. But whenever she's dumping, like she has a lot of ostomy, we use this urinal containers,
which we grab from the hospital.
We grab from the hospital, but I'm sure you can order it through your infusion company or your supply company. So this starts at 100 mLs and up. So when she's dumping, she's usually 100 or more. And this is another also easy way to dump, to collect and measure the output.
And with these smaller containers, it's kind of hard to see the numbers, especially when you're filling the container as far as the measurements. So we take a permanent marker and make the marks so it's much easier to see. And that just helps when you're filling and trying to measure.
And so when we finish empty it, we just put it back in and close it, and there you go. It's great. You know, it keeps everything in place, and they have different colors. So I highly recommend this store. Check it out, and yeah. So that's our tips and tricks. Hopefully helps you.